You are listening to the Fresh Take Network.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Got 'em, the podcast from the YYCSOLEdiers. This podcast is recorded here on the traditional territories of the Treaty 7 nations in southern Alberta and the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. I'm your host, Adam Dieselpower. I'm joined with a couple of the YYCSOLEdiers crew this week. Eli Fallsy 30, joins us again. He was MIA last week. Guess he didn't want to talk about the off-white dunks. He's just opting out on that one.
I wish I could have. Oh,
no, that was my bad. A little bit of a scheduling error on my part to double book myself, but I'm happy to be back. I missed you guys last week.
It's all good. We're happy to have you back. Mm-hmm. And we've got, as always, Jermaine, JC, Jamazin, Southwest PE Poppy, wearing the gold Miami Heat hat.
Happy gold. You guys know what time it is. Good, man. Good. I'm here. I'm ready to talk Air Jordan 14s, etc. Another week, another episode of Got 'em, man. It's pretty much religion at this point. It's become part of my, not to go too far behind the curtain here, but Thursday nights, that this happens, man. So I look forward to this. So let's get after it. I'm set.
Every week. I think we're pushing 35 episodes, close to that now.
That's crazy, man. We're
doing it. Coming up on a year pretty soon.
Let's go, man.
We're missing Har. We're missing Albert. They might pop into the chat a little bit later. So if you hear a new voice, that'll be them when they come in. If not, hopefully they'll be kicking around next week. So without further ado, anybody got any pickups? Collection report time. What do you want me to
go nothing.
First?
Oh, sorry. I got nothing. I'm still going strong on No Cop June here.
Hey, congrats. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Congrats. Me, not so much, because I indeed have a pickup here today. Let's start with the box. Got to start with the box because everybody knows what comes in lime green and navy. Everybody knows.
Boing, boing, boing.
Shocks. That's right. We're jumping out the gym here today. And today's pair, something light. You guys may recognize it. You might not. We're going to go with the Vince Carter Shock 1s here tonight. Ooh, that's right. In that alternate red, another classic 2001 season, 2002 season. Man, never had a pair of VC1s. Had 2s, had 3s, even had 4s, loved 4s. But this is my first pair of 1s here. Classic Alpha Project branding, classic Shocks branding, classic Vince Carter 15 logo right there on your little flap, which is secured with that Velcro. Open it up, and what do we get? We get a whole lot of RESPECT. Respect. All respect.
That's sick.
Fresh.
Nice.
Love these. I can't wait to get these on feet any day now. Any day.
Where'd you scoop those?
This was an eBay snipe.
Okay.
Late night. You know
what time it was.
Late night,
Come on now. eBay snipe, indeed. Had to make these happen. Love them. Every aspect of them. They're perfect too, man. A lot of times you can get, especially with the zippered shoes, you get a whole bunch of tearing and stuff in the neoprene. But these are mint. I don't know if it's coming across or not, but you're just going to have to take my word for it because fire.
Those are clean.
Super clean, yeah.
Did you say what year? Did I miss what year those are from?
02.
02.
Yes, sir. These are from 02. Love these. And along with these, something light, a little less light as well, but I thought they were cool. I also picked up on that late night eBay snipe. Is this pair of Nike sneaker socks, which we all know so well, but this is a Toon Max pair. Toon Max pair of Nike sneaker socks. Just crazy, man.
That's dope.
The dope, yeah. Oh yeah, Toon logo on the crew socks. Look dope with any pair with some tuned air in there. So the Toon Max, these are getting worn. Garnet 3s, these are getting worn. Couple others, man. So these are crazy. I didn't even know these released. So to see
where did they get shipped from?
Really, somewhere out of Texas. I think it was Abilene,
Okay.
Texas. So like a small town out of Texas. So
Huh.
Yep.
Texas. There was a bunch of them too. I'd seen there was a Zoom Air pair, there was a Max Air pair, but I saw the Tune and I had to snatch up the Tune there. So I think these will go dope with a whole bunch of my
That
stuff.
must have been last year for like Air Max Day when they did all those like emoji Air Max logos, maybe.
Maybe,
Maybe
yeah,
that was when it was
because I
from.
don't remember
Who
seeing them.
knows?
I do not remember. They slipped under the radar, but
Yeah.
once I saw them on eBay, I'm like, yeah, that's a good price for a pair of socks, and those are dope. So made it happen.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Well, I got one pickup this week, and I got to give a shout out to Eli for making the connection for this one. He's like, I know you're a Dornbecker guy, but they're not Jordans. Are you still interested? And I was like, depends what they are. Depends how much they are. And they were really a good price. I couldn't pass them up. But I got the Dornbecker Janowskis made by Chase Crouch. For the price I paid, I don't want to say how little I paid for these because it might be too little for some people. I will gladly wear any pair of Dornbeckers for that price out and about. Chase Crouch, I think he had a brain tumor when he was really little and he was in and out of hospitals and they removed it and he beat it. So he's still kicking, still living. And this shoe, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like all fuzzy green upper. He had this like fuzzy green dinosaur that he always brought to his hospital stays. And so that's what he put. Actually, I'm going to share up a picture here. That's what he put on the shoe because he loved that dinosaur. Can you guys see this?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Now I
here
can
he is
really
with
see
that
the
fuzzy
details on
green, that fuzzy green dinosaur. That makes up the exterior of that shoe, and the hat. The hat had a little fuzzy green bill. And I don't know if you can see on the inside of this hoodie, but it's got all of his like brain scans all like patterned on the inside of the hoodie. Super cool. I'd love to find that hoodie someday.
That's such a personal touch.
But yeah,
definitely.
super cool. I always love the Dornbecker series, no matter what the shoe is. I'm not going to be paying stupid prices for these ones, obviously, but I'll take it. I'll wear it. So if you got any cheap Dornbeckers sitting around that you're not wearing, send them my way. Size 10 and a half, size 11. I'm all over it. Additionally, I wanted to shout out the guy I got them from, I guess, Andrew Kahn out of Barrie, Ontario. He also blessed me with this hat. So I guess I got a second pickup this week. This is from his brand called The Great Ones. I think it's kind of Wayne Gretzky inspired.
There's not The Rock.
I don't think it's The Rock. I don't think The Rock was number 99. Maybe.
Wasn't he?
Who knows? So yeah, thanks to him. Check out his brand. It's great _ the number one NS, one NS. Is that right?
Yeah.
Great _1 NS on Instagram. Dope stuff, dope dude, super easy to deal with. And I got a fresh pair of Dornbeckers in my collection. So I guess that's it for collection report. Why don't we move on to what's coming out this week?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I got these on my phone, so I might as well. I forgot about these, man.
I thought.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna bring it up, but I didn't.
I completely forgot about them. I'm wearing them. Air Camden slides, guys. Come on, man. Look at that big ass 180 bag in the slides. Let's go. These
That's
things,
dope.
I put them on. They feel like shoes, man. They feel like shoes in a slide. Can't beat these.
That's
Neoprene
crazy.
up front.
Where'd you get
Big ass
those?
bag. These.
Local?
No. This was Foot Action. I think it was Foot Action online. There are a whole bunch of colors that just dropped in like homage to Air Max 95 colorways on there.
Right.
They got some Air Max 97 colorways going on. So there's a whole bunch of these that just rolled out. So easily accessible if you want them online. Not too bad either. You can get them for under $100, which is good for a 180 bag. So nothing bad I can say about these, man.
Was
I've been
this
using
what you
them
were
as my-
asking me about for the Foot Action? How did you get them shipped here?
Yeah. Well, I essentially got them with my cousin.
Yeah,
Like he got them for me and then
shipped them up here.
he had to ship them up for me. Yeah, exactly. So
Oh, nice.
Foot action plug. Shout out to my cousin Dewan. Appreciate you, dog. And I got something else coming from him too very soon, which is Cutthroat.
Okay. We'll be waiting for that one. We'll be ready to see that. No more pickups. That's it.
You know what? I'm looking around. I'm thinking.
Anything else?
I think that's it. All
right. Save it for next week then.
Right. Can't miss it all this week.
Well, let's check out what we've got coming up this week. First shoe on the docket came out already before this podcast was recorded, but it is still this week. It's the Dunk Low, the University Blue. Now, these are like crazy hyped. Like everybody and their dog was after these. I don't really know why, but just a thing that happened.
I mean, simple.
Yeah.
Like, right? Can't go wrong. Easy. Kind of resting on laurels at this point.
All these dunks are just hype no matter what. Any Dunk Low that comes is like instant sellout.
On that colorway, you can pretty much that color blocking, you can pretty much throw any color on and it looks good.
And they do.
And then University Blue. Right. So
instant sellout, no doubt.
Easy.
Absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't look as good on a Dunk to me as it does on a Jordan 1. Like it looks weird to me on a Dunk.
Yeah, Jordan 1. Jordan 1 is always better than a Dunk. So
in this colorway, 100% I agree. But most of the time I agree anyways.
We are not that far removed from something like this going straight to outlets. I would say maybe 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody checking for this. This would be a, finish line special for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You could easily walk in and get these. We're not that far away from
that white and black one that's been coming out again and again.
God. Wow.
And everyone's been after it. And what do they call it? Like the Panda or some stupid shit like that? No, it's just a white and black Dunk. It's been coming out for like decades. And it's been sitting on shelves for decades. And now everybody's all up in it, wanting it, hyped for it, lining up.
Wow.
Yeah. The world's changed, man.
No doubt. I think we might be on the precipice, though, of Dunks coming back to Earth. I think so. That's my prediction for late 2021 and 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I think
once Nike's done releasing 50 in the same colorway with different laces, you think that'll be the kick in the ribs it needs to go away?
That might be it, man. That might be it. I'm thinking that's the fucking chef's kiss to the entire last 6 years of just beating these things out of pocket. It's crazy.
We're all hopeful here for that happening. Because then maybe we can grab some if there's cool colorways. I know Albert's a Dunk guy still, so he's probably hoping that some of these sit. He can grab them for cheap, but nothing does.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for. Like
I used to.
Yeah,
I used to have a lot of
in the Dunk game a little bit.
Dunks. Got out of the SB game at the wrong time. At the wrong time. I had so many and I sold them for nothing, just to like random local dudes, and could have made a bundle. Could have paid for so many more Jordans. Back then, they only paid for a few Jordans when I got rid of them.
Right.
Too bad. I had a couple pairs of those Day of the Dead Dunks.
Crazy.
Sold them to people for like $200.
Wow.
Basically what I paid. Now they're like what? Like $6,000. I think I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That much?
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, they were pretty limited, right? Like there was
they were US
600 pairs or something.
They were US and Mexico. Or Canada and Mexico. So they didn't come out in the US. Yeah.
Man.
And I went on release day. I went to the source downtown and I was like, do you have a 10.5? And they were like, no, I only have an 11. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it. And then I was like, well, I might as well drive to the other source. Drove to the other source and I was like, do you have a 10.5? And they're like, yes. And I was like, I don't know if I want to buy both. That'd be stupid, wouldn't it? And then I was like, all right, I bought it. And then, I ended up selling one for like, $200, $250 or something. And it like paid for the other one. And I was like, free shoes.
Did it.
That was a come up back in the day.
Yeah. And it's like, baby. You could like wake up and just go to the store and get a pair of shoes that were that exclusive and then have time to drive to the other store and still get a pair? Like, that's insane.
I remember those days.
It's crazy. Crazy to think. That was
Wow,
only
it wasn't that long ago.
15 years ago.
Like even more recently than that. Like I picked up my Syracuse Dunk Highs at the outlet in Cross Iron.
Mhm.
And I was down there 1 week, saw them, decided to pass, and then like regretted it like 2 hours later. And I was like, well, I got to go back down to Calgary next weekend. So if they're still there, I'll know, okay, I got to pick them up. And I went back the following week and they were there and $40 cheaper. So I was like, perfect.
Yeah, patience pays off. Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So I got them for under $100 and they're like insane now. Like it just blows my mind.
Slick.
All right, moving along for this week. This morning, these actually came out. The Jordan 1 Low Neutral Gray. I think we talked about them. Sorry, Jordan 1 Low OG Neutral Gray. We're not talking the fat lows or whatever that the ones represent now. This OG is a nice cut. It's a nice cut.
Yeah.
It's a clean shoe. I think they're pretty easy to get. A lot of places had them. A lot of places had good stock on them. So if you wanted them, you should have been able to grab them.
That's probably going to be your only chance.
Yeah. They're all gone now for sure. But if you were up, you probably had a good shot at them.
Oh yeah, these things go, man. So clean, perfect cut. People are, back and forth on that slimmer cut of the check, but it doesn't bother me none. It wouldn't stop me from purchasing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Super clean. I need a good pair of 1 Lows, man. I got no 1 Lows. I need a good pair.
Yeah, these are a nice one. I may or may not have gotten a pair, and we'll see. We'll see if they're going to be a Calgary sneaker swap giveaway or if they'll be a Adam Diesel Power on foot exclusive.
TBD.
Yeah, we'll see when they come in. The next shoe coming out this week is the I Shall Wear Magnus Walker / Nike Dunk SB High coming out. It's Nike Dunk SBs. It's a rolling release, but this week a lot of places are getting them. So I don't know much about this Magnus Walker guy. I guess he's like a London car collector. I don't know why he's so famous and rich, but he has a lot of cars. So they modeled this after one of his older Porsche models, I believe.
Never heard of old boy.
No.
Me neither.
I think there's a picture of him at the bottom. I believe it's him. Urban Outlaw, Magnus Walker. Lots of Union Jacks on here. Albert would like that little asymmetrical lace swap. Oh, and the plaid
it's got the plaid in the
inside. It's a little different. Yeah. All cracked. Again, it's got that like vintage pre-worn look that we're going to see a lot more of, I think, coming up. Even this Nike SB is like kind of rubbed, like streaked. Streaked and
it
cracked.
Kind of looks like the Porsche font.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I see that. That's dope.
Yeah. That right there you're talking about?
On the midsole, isn't it?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Keep rolling down.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the guy? I think that's the guy.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a lot of money.
I can see that being the Urban Outlaw.
Yeah. It's got like
Urban Outlaw.
How is this guy so rich? Who knows? Just has a bunch of cars.
That's cool. That's a well done shoe. I mean, I don't know anything about this guy, and I'm not a big car enthusiast or anything like that. But it's a cool shoe. I mean, if it wasn't crazy hyped up and you can easily get a pair of these, I'd consider it. But it's just like a cool shoe that I don't need.
It looks like they did a good job based on the car.
I was about to ask, is that 911 based on the shoe or is it vice versa?
No, the shoe's based on the car.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned the car up here. What was it? 1971 911 T277.
Mm-hmm.
So they went with it. They did it.
Yeah, it's a good looking shoe. Colors work.
Executed, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Nice double laster on the lace eyelets. I like that too.
Mm-hmm. The rivets.
Yeah, it gives a nice, thick, healthy, meaty feel. So gotta like that.
And we got
thumbs up.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I don't think Jermaine's gonna be looking for it, but you can
Definitely
like it
not.
from afar. Like it from
Yeah. I can appreciate
That's what
it.
we're all about here.
100%.
Sometimes. And we got one more pair to talk about. There was the Union Jordan 4 raffle that went off with, I was going to say without a hitch, but with many hitches on Sunday. It was a 2-hour raffle. You were supposed to put in your email, put in all, like fill out the raffle thing. They were going to send you a text message, and then you had to click on the link in the text and then put in your credit card number and then submit it. And throughout that whole process, there was like tons of people didn't get the text. Tons of people got the text, tried to put in their credit card number. It was crashing. Nobody knows if their raffle entries were in. Mine got in. Mine and my wife's both got in. We got the text right away and we sent them in, but then tons of people I heard didn't even get a text, didn't even get anything. But they're doing both the taupe and the desert moss through there. And then they are supposed to be giving out emails from Wednesday to Friday this week. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know what they're going to do with the ones that don't get claimed through that, but
Interesting.
hopefully they do a first come, first serve, because the Union one last time was pretty nice. It was nice to sneakerheads.
I love this desert moss pair. I really do.
But to add to that, the taupe ones were exclusive to Union. The desert moss are coming out through sneakers. I think they're like exclusive access only in the States, but it looks like they're on Nike.ca on sneakers. It looks like Saturday at 4 a.m., the usual sneakers time. They're doing the desert moss. And like we talked about with the Unions last time, there's probably a lot of pairs of these kicking around. So I don't know if you can set your alarm for 3:55, wake up for 20 minutes, it might be worth giving it a shot.
Maybe.
I don't know though.
I don't know. That total price might kind of steer me away a little bit. I like them, but I don't think I retail like them. Honestly, that's
$290.
Yeah, that's gonna
$290 is heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this isn't a Union collab, I don't think this gets any interest. This is like a what the hell are they doing shoe, but it's definitely the better of the two colorways. Like I'm with you, man. I like the colorway. It's growing on me a lot. That back tab, oh, that's nice.
These things scream all conditions gear, man. Scream
Yeah,
it.
For sure.
Scream it. Like this is gonna go so well with a whole bunch of that gear.
Yeah.
Are these the tents or the trails? I can't even remember which is which.
These are the trail.
These are the trails.
This is like mud.
Okay.
A little bit of mud, I think.
Some great jellies or something going on there as well.
Yeah, the berries, the berries on the trail that you stomp around on.
All right. Trail it is.
Little sky
Trail
blue.
it
I don't
is.
know.
Let's see these on the trail though, man. I want to see somebody really ACG these up because I think they would look kind of dope.
Yeah. Well, that's
If I get a pair of these for
Make it happen.
retail, I'll wear
You're
them.
putting them on the trail.
Okay.
I'll take them
happen.
out on the trail. I'll do it for the soldiers.
Yes, sir.
Great.
There
Great.
it is, man. Got to
Can't
happen.
wait.
These things look
It's
beautiful.
on record.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to see that. So you put it out
Watch
to the
the tape.
sneaker gods. You're gonna get that raffle W tomorrow morning. Yeah. I did hear somebody on my feed said they did get a raffle win. They got the email and it had a link to go buy the shoes. They click on the link and it wasn't working and they couldn't buy the shoes. Like they're putting in a credit card, not working, calling their credit card company. Nope, everything's fine. Not working, trying to get a hold of the Union. So I don't know if I haven't seen in like the other groups I'm in, I haven't seen anybody cop these yet. I'm sure people are. I don't think they're pulling a trophy room here, but who knows? Who knows how it's going?
Oh man, there's people talking a lot of mess about these a couple months ago. I hope y'all keep that same energy come Saturday because if you do, these should be very easy to cop. I don't want to see people start hyping these up, man, because there was
they're gone. They're gone already, Jermaine. What are you talking about?
They were gone months.
The hype is already
As
built in.
Said they were shitty. Yeah,
it's built in. It's over. There's nothing is not hyped anymore.
That's true.
Well, speaking of hyped, and probably some of the most weirdly hyped things ever. I wish Albert was here because we are going to be talking about his favorite shoes. He was calling these shoes of the year.
Damn. Virgil Abloh?
And these are Virgil Abloh.
Don't let him live that down.
At the Louis Vuitton fashion show just today, I believe, showed off a whole bunch of Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones that some of them they were saying are maybe like unreleased samples. Some of them are maybe new. Some of them are maybe coming out. Who really knows? But they launched these all in Paris just today. So we can go through all the different colors and models of these shoes. There's, again, in classic Virgil fashion, we had the 10, and then we had the 50, and now we have like 20 some pairs of Air Force Ones. Oh boy. So yeah, we got some red with the Louis Vuitton pattern. We got some like really gross plastic leather kind of looking thing.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the bootleggers from the early 2000s come back and like try to get some kind of compensation.
Yeah.
Saying that they have been ripped off.
Oh man.
Because these here? What?
Yeah.
Like $59.99 back of the magazine, man. All of these.
This looks.
That's where he came up with these designs. It almost feels like it. Hey, like he just Googled like fake Louis Vuitton Air Force.
He just pulled out his Slam magazine from 2001. Pulled out the Slam magazine from 01, looked in the back and was like, I can make that.
Bangers. All of them.
This one reminds me a bit of that Olympic. Was it the Olympic Air Force One that had like that shiny silver toe? Maybe I'm making it up.
But I got nothing for you. I don't know.
We got a yellow one. Not as nice as the other off-white yellow Air Force that's coming out. There's the red one again. We got an all-white leather with the embossed. We got the classic Louis Vuitton checkerboard, brown with like some Grim Reapers. Maybe Warren Lotus is going to come after him.
I was just going to say, Warren Lotus is he's going to be coming after Nike now.
Yeah, stealing his Grim Reaper. We got a purple. This looks kind of like that LeBron James Chamber of Fear or whatever.
Oh, nice pull. Yeah, they do. Okay.
Totally do.
Shit, I hadn't thought about those in years.
Yeah, we got a green one. Then we got, this is probably my favorite. We got a mid.
Oh my God.
A mid with a checkerboard, double-tongued. That's
the one, man.
This is the one you would see in the back of the Slam magazine.
Yes, it is. That is literally the one.
Which makes me kind of like it though. Like there's levels to this one that I'm in for.
That's wild, man. Oh my goodness.
There's a white one as well, white mid. This one sucks. This one's not as good. Doesn't have any of the double tonguing or like anything. It's just a leather. And then we got some briefcase with a little Nike swoosh baggage tag.
That's probably the coolest piece out of the whole collection right there. It's just that tag.
Just that tag. Take and put on your normal luggage.
Yeah.
So is Louis like done? Because I know for a while they had their own, like every other brand did, their own kind of knockoff Air Force One style. Like is Louis done with that? If
they do. That's what Virgil's been doing. Like he's been designing sneakers for Louis Vuitton that weren't like collabs or anything. Like you go to Louis Vuitton at Chinook Center here and you can see all the Louis Vuitton shoes that he's like designing. I don't know if they're the Air Force One knockoff still, but
they had like a Jordan 3 rip that was like a Jordan 3, Jordan 4 hybrid that Virgil designed or whatever. But
so
it's just like I'm obviously not the target market for this. This is such a weird intersection of like high fashion and sneakers that just doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. Like I don't know. I'm not into Louis Vuitton. Nothing Louis Vuitton appeals to me. Like
nah.
So these are just whatever, man. Do you get your money? These are gonna set the sneaker world on fire.
They are.
Sure, man. Go for it. Like that's something's got to be said for the way this guy's just been able to walk in and the freedom he has to do whatever he wants with the amount of shoes that he's doing, and then it's making waves. So like kudos to you, because it's been a few years now. You'd think eventually that people would be like, all right, we've seen this before. We've seen this before, but he's doing something that people are liking. So
I think you're
hats
right
off to that.
about saying that kudos to him for like making these things kind of reality, because it's like, how has this not happened yet? Like with what Jermaine was talking about, like early 2000s, these fakes were out there. Why didn't they just go and do that collab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do a collab and it would do gangbusters, I think, especially they could charge whatever they wanted. Because
Oh yeah, for sure.
I guess the difference here is you hope that this is like legitimate Louis Vuitton print on the shoes, whereas the fakes were not.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to put fake Louis Vuitton print on these shoes.
Exactly. That's
so I don't really know what's different
just put
about those other ones, but yeah.
And like, just to touch on the Virgil stuff, like, I don't mean to knock his creative side at all, but from outside looking in, it looks like this guy's getting this all done with minimal effort, man. Like there could be some things there that I'm missing that, like, taking years and decades to perfect and make sure it works out. But like, for the most part, especially this lineup here, man, like this is got Nike ID written all over it, Nike by you all over the place. So like, shouts to him for making huge profits for him, his employers, and everyone around him with what seems like pretty minimal effort. Shit, that's
now it's still unclear if these are actually coming out or if these are one-of-ones, kind of sample things. If they are to come out, do you think they're going to be the Dior Jordan 1 price point?
If I think it's going to be in that neighborhood. Sorry, Jermaine. I think it's going to be in that neighborhood, but I don't think it's going to be, because what were the ones? They were,
I think they were like 2K or like 1.5 or something.
2K USD. I can't see anybody paying that for like an Air Force One or a One Mid. They're going to be up there. Like, obviously it's not going to be a $300 shoe. It's going to be insane, I think, but I don't think it's going to be in that same tier as the Dior's.
I think it might if there's only one release. If there are multiple releases, I don't think it'll make it that high. Do you think Louis Vuitton stores will even carry these? I don't see them stocking these, believe it or not.
I don't know. If it's just like, I mean, they did the Supreme stuff. Like, they did that whole Supreme collab. They did all the t-shirts. They did the clothes. They did the bags.
Did that stuff go to the store?
Yeah. That's where you were getting it. Like, if you were, it's the same as the Dior, where it's like, if you're like a VIP Louis Vuitton person, which means, I think it was like, if you spent like 75 grand a year, you're like top tier VIP Louis Vuitton, you got first crack. So. You got first crack at all the Supreme stuff. And then if you spend like 25 grand a year, you're like second tier, and then you get next crack at it. Same thing happened with the Dior, all the Dior stuff too. So,
which I mean, like, dropping 75 racks at Louis Vuitton is not after Supreme.
Their kids are. That's the thing, right? Right. All these rich, like trust fund kids are the ones trying to get these things and trying to become, what's that kid's name? That kid who did the DJ Khaled stuff. They all these wannabe resellers.
Benjamin Kicks.
Yeah. There's tons of trust fund kids that want to be that. And so like, their parents are just dropping, their mom is just buying bags every season, and then they reap the benefits of all the Supreme shit.
Which, I mean, I think, like, I like that they do that. Like, support the people that support you, or what? I guess that's not supporting them, but you know what I mean? Like, give them the access, right? Like, if you're spending that much money every week, like, it's the same as like at like a skate shop, right? If you got a kid who's there buying all his skate decks and all his clothing and stuff like that, and he wants first crack at a pair of Dunks, that should be the kid who gets first look, in my opinion, right? As opposed to the guy who's 4 provinces over, who's just trying to buy them and flip them.
But also, we have an eat the rich mentality here, where it's like, you can already afford to pay resale for this.
That's true.
So why do you get first crack?
I guess, yeah, that's like a scaled out version. I guess I was more thinking like in the skate shops and stuff like that.
Cool.
Like,
that's cool.
Like, I'm on board with that mentality. But yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. If you're spending $75,000 a year,
if you're spending like $100
probably doesn't matter
if you're
you can afford $15,000 for your stupid Dior ones or whatever. But
yeah. And I'd be damn sure pissed off when you tell me that I can get my Supreme shirt after spending that much. Like, what? Dropped 100 racks in here. You tell me I get my Supreme shirt? Like, fuck my son. Right? Like, this is not about him. What do I get?
I want something else. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we exhausted that. Maybe we'll see if more of that comes to fruition in the future. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll get Albert to keep an eye on it because
He'll be keeping an eye,
sneaker
for sure.
of the year was quote unquote sneaker of the year for Albert.
Wow. Somebody needs to superimpose like Albert being held by Virgil now.
Yeah, that should be the cover for this episode.
This is Kuno now. Shit.
Yeah.
That'll be the next YYC Soldier shirt for the next sneaker swap.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'll wear it down. I'm down for that one. I'll wear it for sure.
Little thought pebbles in.
Sure.
I didn't mean any of it, Daddy.
For sure, I'll be watching that.
Oh,
I'll be
the
wearing that shirt.
disrespect. I love it.
I mean, if he was here, you could say something, but he ain't here. So. All right, the next topic I want to bring up is a cool book that I found just this week. It's by or edited by and done with a bunch of interviews by Christina Porabib. She wrote this book or edited this book called The First Pair. I guess this was a little while ago, but she went and interviewed and took photographs with a bunch of people in New York, in LA, and talked about their stories about what your first pair of sneakers was and why did you like it? How did it get you into the game? So that's pretty cool, except for maybe this little quote right here that says, "Kids nowadays don't go home and lick the bottom of their fucking shoe. Half my footwear had saliva on the bottom at some point. It's things like that. The love isn't there anymore."
Cap. We never did that.
No,
we never did that.
Fat
Just
Joe
'cause
did
Fat
that.
Joe did. Yeah, no, we did not do that.
Nobody did that. If you did that, you're doing something wrong. You're the reason we have COVID. If you did that. So that's a suspect quote right there. But the reason, so this book is available in a bunch of shops around the States and a bunch of sneaker shops. But the reason I came into this is because there's a second book coming out and it's called The First Pair, The Next Pair. And this one is basically a second edition of this book, but it's all female sneakerheads, which is super cool. So you've got like Beth Burkett from Beffy's Beauty Supply, who also runs Union. You've got Melody Asani, who's done tons of collabs with Jordan. And let me see, you can actually find the book. I found the book on their website. You can just like scroll through the whole book on the website. So you got like Vashti.
Oops.
I mean, it's on their website. It's like they're putting it up there. So
That's
it's pretty cool.
Is this available for sale too, or is this just?
Yeah, you can
like,
also buy it. It's like $30, I think, for the book.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Cheryl Swoop's in there. Ooh. So lots of really famous female sneakerheads who are in and around the sneaker world or basketball world, and interviewing them, talking about their entry into the sneaker world. So super cool book I found. Yeah,
no doubt. Nice price point too. Yeah, it could definitely make this happen. I'd love to flip through this in actuality.
Yeah, where did I see? Let me pull this up here. There was like where do they have it? Not very many places. Yeah, three places, all in California. So you can order it online too. It's all there. But yeah, the First Pair book was the Instagram. Seemed like a really cool project.
That is cool. Very cool.
There's also, I haven't done it yet, but there's also looks like there's a coloring book that's for free. You can just download, and they did like a little coloring book thing. So
dope.
Kind of neat.
Very cool.
Kind of cool stuff. Let's switch to another direction. We're talking about collabs here. So we've got a Reebok collab this week. Now we've mentioned Reebok does pretty decent collabs. They've been doing okay the last few times. This time they did a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers collection. Now people always tell me that I'm in the right age demographic for Power Rangers, but I always felt like I was too old. I never watched it. I don't know. I don't know why. You loved it?
I did love them. Yeah. And I think I'm only, a year or two younger than
Yeah.
you. So it is our demographic. You must have just missed it for whatever
I
reason.
must have just missed it. So
Or were
we've
you
got,
not in? Did you watch them and just not enjoy it? Or
I don't know. I just don't remember. I like remember it being around like in the
Mhm.
zeitgeist, but I don't remember like sitting down and watching it like every week or
oh
whatever.
man, every day, weekdays.
day.
Loved them. Yep.
So you've got a Zig for
Jason.
the Red Ranger. All right, you're gonna go through these things. So we
I
got
got you, man.
Zig for Jason. What's this one?
This is the for my guy Zach. I don't know what this is. Nano
Nano
whatever the hell that
X1
is.
for Zach, the Black Ranger.
Mhm.
Then we got a Reebok Club C for
Oh, those aren't bad for Trini, the
for
Yellow
Trini,
Ranger.
the yellow Ranger. Then we got the Freestyle High for
One of everybody's first crushes, Kimberly.
Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. And last but not least, we've got the Megazord Question
What?
Mid.
I did not see these. Whoa, my God.
Yeah, those are wild. They don't show them in
Where's
the
Billy? Oh,
beginning ads. Oh, there's a blue one too.
I was about to say, I'm like, they forgot Billy, but they got Megazord. It's like, okay,
Here
okay.
it is. So here it is. So Billy, the Blue Ranger. Is this a
Okay.
Reebok Club C also? I think so.
Billy and Trini with the same shoes.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Okay,
And then there's the Megazord, the Question Mid.
wow.
This has got to be the best pair
yeah,
in the collection.
Agreed.
But only because it's the best shoe.
right,
but-
exactly. They left some people out, man. Power Rangers had some very notable villains that don't get enough love. Rita, Goldar, Buzz and Skull, the bullies from Angel Grove. Come on, man. Show some love. Show some love to the bad guys.
Reebok, if you're listening, you need to hire Jermaine.
Exactly.
He's got some clap. Wasn't there a Green Ranger?
Tommy, yeah, green and white. But like, I can see why they didn't give him one, because then you'd have to give him two. So it's like,
Explain how. I don't understand the reference.
So when Tommy came in, I can't remember which one was first, but either green or white. I think it was green. He came in as Green Ranger, as kind of like a bad dude or something. And then he got all good, and he's like, you know what? Actually, you guys ain't so bad. I'll change to the White Ranger, and then I'll just be part of you guys too. But we changed to white, but it was still old Tommy, and you were never really sure if he was fully a good guy or not, because he had some moments. It's like, there's still some bad stuff going on, and Dragon Zord would get summoned, and it's like, is he really on our team? You just don't know. But nonetheless, I see why they left him out, because you can't give him two shoes.
You could do like a green to white, like fade.
That would actually be dope. The gradient would be dope. That would
be that would be how you do it.
That would have
Cut the check, Reebok.
There you go.
Yeah,
So you got the little emblems on the tongue, on the heel. You got the lightning bolt, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger lightning bolt.
Must have.
There's just something about like the product shots they did for this. This looks like a banner that would be hanging in like a Skechers store. Just
For
like the
Yes.
edited ones. Like when that first banner pic where they're all together, yeah, like this one, that looks like Skechers. Like
For
that's they didn't do the shoes justice in their promotional shots, I don't think. Because
That's
I was
half
like,
the
oh,
battle.
these all look ridiculous. And then as you scroll down, I was like, okay, these are much better than they looked in the other shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Promotion is half the battle, and
Yeah. I think
Not
they
the
missed the
best.
mark on those photos, but
Mhm. Well, that's coming out. I don't know when this is coming out. Sometime this summer, I would imagine. Next week. Next week
Okay.
these come out.
okay.
So
I'm sure they'll be attainable.
Wednesday, Thursday, whatever we're looking at. Yeah, if you want those, more power to you.
Morphin time.
It's Morphin time. All right, the next, I think we're back. We got to go back to Virgil this week. We didn't talk enough Virgil last week. We didn't talk enough Virgil already in this show. But we just missed it last week because these pictures came out right after we did our show. But we've got the Off-White Air Jordan 2 lows that are scheduled to come out sometime this fall. So we've got a white and red one, the classic white and red low, very weathered, very vintaged. And I'll just scroll down and then we can talk about them. And then there's also a black and like pinkish red and blue version of the shoe. So what's the thoughts on this?
Virgil's got another hit, man, especially with that white pair. I mean, they're both going to sell out, but that white pair, it's hard. It is super hard. I've always been a huge fan of twos regardless. So seeing them come like this, pre-vintage is a little, but one thing that is dope is they got that shape like so right. That toe is so right, better than the retros we've seen recently as well. So it's cool to see that they're redoing the twos. Hopefully that leads to some properly shaped retros of some of the classic pairs, because that toe is just, it's perfect. It's perfect. So I'm here for these. I'll obviously be looking to make something happen on them on release day. Probably not going to, so I've already kind of conceded that I'm not going to get them. But hey, I love them. I love them regardless.
This is kind of an interesting take, this like pre-cracked midsole. Be interested to see how that wears, and if that catches on, that could open up a whole can of worms. We're going to start seeing like 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s all releasing with this like faux crumbled midsole.
I hope they release like a Jordan 11 without like Jordan 11s with like already the sole ripped off, like it's half hanging on the floor.
You just get the booty.
Yeah.
But there's got to be like an epoxy, like there's something holding that together. It's actually not going to come.
I think there's like a plastic.
Like there's
a plastic that is like over it that like shapes the outsole or the midsole like that, and then keeps everything in.
So that's what I mean. I bet like if this takes off and catches on, we could see this on Air Maxes. You can see this on other Jordan models, and maybe they'll take it away from the Off-White collab, and then you'll just start seeing like the Jordan 2 OG vintage coming out, and like, or OG crumble or something, and there'll be like a whole line of
OG crumble.
OG crumble.
Yeah.
Trademark not to be used. Written express. Yeah.
Nike boardroom is laughing at the top of their lungs. You said that? You're not Joe. Eli says trademark.
It's hard to tell because there's only like these pictures and these other ones, but it looks like they might be like uniquely crumbled in there. I'm not sure if they're like going to be the exact same crumbling inside. But
that's cool how they managed to get like space in like the fact that when these things crumble that there's nothing there, that they've had to actually make that happen, and like for you to be able to see it like that, and where I'm assuming it doesn't really affect the performance of the shoe at all. Like that's kind of cool, man.
I mean, performance is pretty loose with the shoe. This is not a performance.
The twos?
This shoe specifically.
This iteration of the two,
The Off-White Jordan 2 is not a performance.
I think I rock those on court, man. The twos are super comfy.
Maybe.
Absolutely they are.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. Like, pre-vintage is one thing, but this is maybe taking it a little far. I like what Jermaine's saying about the shape.
Yes.
And I like that, but I don't know about this. I think there was somebody online, I think it was Dallas Penn who posted about it. And it was just like, the concept of getting like a fresh pair of sneakers is always like so dope. You go to the store, you get like a fresh pair. If you buy this and you open this, like this is no longer a fresh pair of sneakers. It's like, it is, but it isn't. Like it's brand new, yes, but it's not fresh. It's like totally fucked up.
It'll be interesting to see how these wear. Like in 30 years, what's this going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It'll be,
definitely.
The one thing I don't love that they've been doing with these is they'll make it like, instead of just being white, red, gray, it's like white sail, red, gray. It's like, no, just pretend that's just yellowed. If that's the thing you're going for, that's the whole theme you're going for. This is just a white shoe that has been yellowed. It's like when you put a sail on, then it's like, oh, we did this on purpose. And it's like, I get that's what you're doing, but I don't know. It kind of loses me from the theme a little bit. Maybe that's just me.
Maybe. I like these. I like these, man. And I'm not a dude who likes pre-vintage, but I'm a dude who loves when they get the shapes right. And like that toe is everything. I haven't seen a toe shape like that since seeing OGs before, man. So like not even 94s look like that. So like to see that, to know that I'm not going to have a Jordan 2 toe that automatically bananas right away to the ski jump, man. Like just, golly. And they don't have the ridiculous lining they've always kind of got going on too with the stitching and stuff. Like these are like so true to OGs.
And really fat. Like the two lows are fat and thick.
Right. Yeah.
That I've had in like 04.
Yeah. Yeah. The same one. So like these, man, like these just blow those other ones from 04 and a few years ago out the water, man. Like, come on now. Oof.
And I think that bodes well for future Jordan 2 retros too, because if they've got the shape down here, and then you got to know that this is going to get people hyped about Jordan 2s. You already see it on social media, right? So all these people are like, oh, I've always liked Jordan 2s.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 people commenting that on Nice Kicks, and you're like,
and then you go into their StockX portfolio and it's like, oh, you just bought 10 pairs of Jordan 2s?
yeah, exactly.
I've always been into Jordan 2s. Yeah, always.
But no, I think that could do some cool things for the Jordan 2 and bring it out.
I hope so.
I think it does a couple things. It's like, yeah, it's good for the Jordan 2, and it's also good for underrepresented or undervalued Jordans. That there's like a big collab, like we talked about the Billie Eilish Jordan 50. It's gonna bring like maybe the next one he does is like, I don't know, a 17,
a Jordan 19 or something.
21 or something. Like it would be cool to see some more collabs on Jordans that people don't usually give a shit about, that your average person doesn't even know or doesn't give a shit about.
I'm crazy to think there's like some way we're gonna be able to get this on release day, right?
You are crazy. You're crazy.
Okay.
You're gonna be entering all the raffles, and you're gonna have like a 0.0001% chance.
Sounds about right. So okay, get that out of my mind.
You're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, saying there's a chance. Well, that's it for our mini topics of the week. Time to get to the big boy. This one shouldn't be too long. We've been doing all the Jordan models. Previously, the 13s, 12s, everything all the way back to the 1. There's so many colorways of a lot of those shoes. Now we're getting to the ones that people are not as crazy about. Your average sneaker fan is really only a fan of 1 to 14 seem to be and now that's even narrowed. I'd say that's narrowed even smaller, like 1 to 4 is like the window, maybe even just 1. A lot of people are just 1 fans.
Right.
But I think on this show, I'm speaking hopefully for everyone that we're fans of the rest of the Jordan shoe-ography as it is, beyond the 14. So we'll have fun talking about those other ones after this one too. So we'll keep this rolling.
We're getting there. We're getting to the sweet spot of me, man, for sure.
But let's start 1998, the Jordan 14. The last Jordan model that Michael would wear in a Bulls jersey is the Jordan 14. And we started out with the Black Toe 14 in 1998. This is obviously inspired by, I think it was his Ferrari, right? Not just a Ferrari.
I'm sure he had it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was his. But that's where you get that crest, that shield, Ferrari type Jumpman logo on the side there. And then the black toe, white leather upper, and some red accents on this shoe. That's the first colorway we get.
So clean. You got the tire marks as well too. The tire tread on the
tire tread on the sole. Yeah.
So clean.
Next up in 99, we get the white and Varsity Red. This time we get the infamous sort of perforated pinstripe kind of look up the sides. The other one, the first one, the black toe, is just like a clean white upper. This one's got that perforated stripes. And then you got red accents on the midsole and the heel, the tongue, and that same emblem on the shoe.
Controversial white and red pair. Oh my gosh. Lead painters, man. They had to recall a whole bunch of the baby pairs because of all that lead paint they had going on. Even some of the GS pairs as well. So it was kind of an initial bumpy release for this pair, but doesn't change the look, man. These things so clean. This might be my favorite OG colorway 14. Can't stop this, man. You can't stop this in any fashion. I would love to have seen him wear these on court, but didn't happen, unfortunately. In a game.
Unfortunately. Then we have pretty under noticed, I guess, Jordan 14. This one didn't get a retro for quite a while. We've got the oxidized green. So you've got really dark green accents in certain places, and then that oxidized bright green on the emblem logo. And then similar to the black toe, all white leather uppers.
Yeah, another fire pair that I wish they'd done right. They had the retro a number of years ago that was just an atrocity. Yeah, complete atrocity. Oh my God.
Yeah, not so great.
No.
Then we got the last shot, the infamous last shot. This is the one where Jordan hit the last shot to win his final championship as a Chicago Bull and in the NBA. So it's all black upper. It has those perforated pinstripes. First time on a black shoe, and then some nubuck hits on the toe, around the heel, on the side, some Varsity Red, and then that very, very easy to see. I don't know what color it would be. Vibrant yellow, maybe. Vibrant yellow shield.
Yeah, super Ferrari. Big Ferrari vibes on that one, man.
This is probably the most famous Jordan 14. It's got to be.
Yeah, I would say so. Pretty easily. 14 is so cool design-wise, man, when you've got like the interior side of the shoe that goes up higher than the outside part. Got that crazy memory foam that's almost like exclusively on the inside. It's just crazy. Truly a design marvel, man. I wish we had like a pair here to really break up. And if you've never held a pair of Air Jordan 14s, like I highly suggest you do it because those things are crazily put together.
Moving on, still in 99, we get another color. This time it's the Indiglo, another sort of similar to that oxidized green, where we didn't get a retro for quite a while. This one on all black upper with leather smooth, or I guess tumbled leather, but not the pinstripes. And then you got the nubuck on the toe and the heel, and then an Indiglo, like a vibrant green, electric green on the shield, on the heel, on the tongue.
What is it about green in Air Jordan in 1999, man? We've got red and green are the only accent colors so far.
Don't know what it is. Then we get a couple lows also in 99. So we get the Varsity Royal lows. So these are like the Laney, arguably the Laney lows. They have that Varsity maize on the tongue and on the heel. And then the low top. Still pretty, like it's not much lower than the regular 14, but just a lower collar on that, and then shifting that shield down a little bit down the side of the shoe.
No doubt. Do you have any lows, Adam? Did they? I don't have any lows, so I'm not too sure if they took the memory foam out of those or not.
No, I don't think I've never had a pair of lows.
Me neither.
As we go through, maybe something will jog my memory, but I'm pretty sure I haven't had one. Had a lot of highs, but no lows.
Yeah.
Then we got the Columbia lows. Maybe this is kind of a precursor to what we're going to get next year and next week when we talk about the 15s. But we got a white Obsidian Columbia blue low, this time with those perforated stripes, slightly different angle on this shoe, and then Columbia blue on the midsole, on the tongue.
Wow, so clean, man. White, Columbia blue. Where do you go wrong? Eli said earlier on in the pod, man, like unbeatable color combo. Whether the blocking is like on the dunk or on the 14, regardless, it doesn't matter, man. Columbia blue is can't miss.
It's dope. Then we get one more low, and this time it's the ginger, sort of in that same vein as the chutney from last year. So it's a light ginger. Same, I guess I didn't talk about it, but what's the material on this? Is it like a nubuck? Not quite. On that royal pair and the ginger?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same or not even. I don't know if the I
always thought these two were the same.
I don't know why I always thought they were kind of different. But like I've never actually had a pair of gingers in my hand. I've had plenty of Laneys in my hand, but I've never actually held a pair of gingers. Those have yet to be retroed. Am I right on that?
I believe so. We'll go through it, but I'm pretty sure there's been no ginger retros. So
yeah,
this year with all the 14 lows coming out, we might get one.
Hey, might be time.
Yeah. Always dope to see like an earth tone on an original Jordan, like other worldly.
Stepping way out of the box, man. A couple years
Yeah.
early too with the wheat look there in '99, setting the
Yeah,
trend.
that doesn't
for
really
the coming
hit
years.
for till early 2000s.
Mhm.
Then in 2000, we get the UNC.
Mm.
So this is a white, basically the lows in a high, white Carolina blue.
These were they Nike.com exclusive or East Bay
I
exclusives?
think they're East Bay. I don't think
East
they
Bay.
had Nike.com exclusives yet. I think it was that 12 was the first one in like 03.
Yeah, I think these might be East Bay.
So it might have been an East Bay exclusive. Yeah. White and Carolina blue high top.
Which is bananas, man. In 2000,
Yeah,
East Bay
so
exclusives.
nice.
You know how many
Yeah.
calls they had to field?
Yeah. Not as many as they would now. So totally
That's true.
different world. Then we get the first retro pretty soon after, only 5 years after the original. We get 2 chartreuse colorways. So we get that graphite chartreuse, so the graphites, and then we get a white chartreuse, which the white chartreuse is kind of like that oxidized green. When we saw this come out, it was kind of like, okay, you kind of tried the oxidized green, but didn't quite hit it. And then the gray is like an all suede upper with those chartreuse electric green accents.
Great memories
I
of
like
that
those.
chartreuse pair. Yeah, like when I first started at Foot Locker, this was the first brand new 14 was that chartreuse one to come. So like that was the first out of the box brand new Air Jordan 14 I got to hold and caress and examine and all that stuff. So I loved it. I loved it, man. And plot twist, the white and chartreuse pair, I actually like those more than the Indiglows because of one simple little difference is the full black midsole, man. I feel like it changes the entire shoe.
Better than the oxidized.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
here's
sir.
the
I like these.
oxidized.
I feel like having the black midsole behind the shark teeth up front changes the entire composition of the shoe, personally.
It definitely does. Definitely changes it.
Definitely clean, yeah.
And these came out
That
on the
white-
same day,
Yeah.
which was crazy.
14
I was gonna say
back.
that white chartreuse reminds me of the K54. I wonder if that was like Jordan 5. I wonder if
It does.
the 5 took inspiration from this just a couple years later. But
You might be right. That is a very similar colorway. What's the color on? Is it radiant green?
yeah, it's a little different. It's not chartreuse, but
Yeah. Then still in 2005, we get a retro, brand new colorway called the Forest, Deep Forest. So you got dark green accents on the midsole, on the teeth, on the shield, on the heel, and the tongue. I know Jermaine is
Oh,
itching.
man. Oh,
Itching to
man.
talk about
This is my first ever Air Jordan 14. Bought from Foot Locker with the discount. Went perfect with my high school jerseys. I've said it before. I'm probably going to say it again on another episode. White, classic green jerseys at St. Mary's. Went perfectly with the Deep Forest of these Jordan 14s. I couldn't believe it when they came out, man, because forest green was not a color you saw very often. At all. Like the year before, they had the classic green 4s, which I thought was in itself amazing. So the year after to come with an Air Jordan 14 in white and green, I'm like, oh my God. While in my high school years, while playing basketball, is like these are my PEs. These are for me. So I loved it, man. I loved it. And this pair I rocked with. I sold them pretty recently, a few years ago. Regret it already. They were tore up, but I regret not having them because I absolutely love these.
that's dope.
Yeah, then we get some women's pairs. So we get a black real pink. This is in that real pink era of the 12 lows that we talked about previously, and the shy pink 5 low or 5s. But yeah, one of the earlier women's Jordan pairs, all black suede upper with real pink accents, just slight pink accents. Nothing
clean.
too major.
Very clean. Very clean. There's a men's pair that's a lot like this, minus the pink, that these remind me of.
Yeah, we'll get there pretty soon, I think. Next up is the Cinder. So very close to the Forest, coming out only the week after the Forest green, and exact same color blocking as that Forest green, but you get that dark Cinder, so like a dark brown on all that, and then in the shield you get a chutney color.
Love these. So probably picked these up. It was probably about 6 years now I picked these up, and I've always wanted these, man.
Mhm.
Like since 2005. I couldn't believe that there was a dark Cinder and white Air Jordan 14. I was just like blown away. Even in that time where like brown was pretty popular on shoes, just to see it as an accent color on like a performance Jordan at that time. Come on, man. White, dark Cinder, chutney, like what? Had to have them in.
Right after the Mochas 3s had come out, they were kind of on a brown kick. And this is when the chutney 20s came out. And so you had that kind of vibe going.
For sure.
In that era. These didn't come to Canada, I'm pretty sure.
No,
Is that right,
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember seeing these at all until I picked them up. I don't remember seeing these in stores anywhere. These were hard to find back then. So damn sure now, but they are gorgeous, man. I'm a fan.
I like the color blocking for like this, the UNC, like that white upper, and then just the accent colors that flow all the way through the shoe. That's like the ticket on the 14 for me with the red. You've got the university blues or the UNCs that we saw earlier, the Cinders. Like that's the color blocking on a 14 that really stands out for me.
It's like what we talked about with the 13, all those where it's just like white and red, white and green, white and blue, white and purple. You put anything on it,
colors on there, it's gonna look good.
It's a good one, yeah. Then we got another women's one. This one's a linen. So around when the 10s came out as well, you have white upper with same color blocking, those linen accents on the midsole. But then you get like a kind of Christmas looking shield there with the Varsity Red and the classic green.
No doubt, with the eggnog on the midsole and the Christmas going on the Ferrari shield, man. Like these are so festive.
This is a Christmas shoe. Came out in November, so maybe they were ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm. Not by mistake.
Next up, we got the Redwood. I remember these ones pretty well. Never came to Canada. Pretty sure these ones. So all black suede upper, blackout midsole, black on black, everything with just that really dark red bar on the tongue.
These have evaded me for so long. I've been after these since they came out, and I've just never been able to get a decently priced pair. Mm-hmm. And these things, man, are so hard. Super soft suede, seamless up top too. Like, man, the slight, like you said, that slight little redwood bar through the tongue and little parts there on the tripod on the Ferrari logo, man, like knocked out. These are crazy. I'm still after a pair of these, man. Who can help me out? Size 13, 12 and a half.
Yeah, these are a tough ones.
There's
got to be like double-digit pairs of these in your size left in the world. Sure.
And the few I do see are just tore up, man.
Yeah.
They're absolutely tore up.
They're crashed.
Yeah.
Because these went clearance. Like nobody bought these in the States.
Sure,
we never got them in Canada, but in the States they went clearance.
Yeah. So, I didn't miss my opportunity.
Then Christmas 2005, Christmas Eve, the last shot gets retro. This was my first Jordan 14. I had to wait for an OG colorway, I guess, to get me in, but I had these for a long time and I wore the hell out of them. Shape is a little bit weird.
I was gonna say, is it the angle of this picture? Or did they get rid of that inside like slope?
Yeah, they did.
Shape is different. Yeah,
that looks just wrong there, but
yeah. But when you're fresh out of high school and you're like, "This, I need a Jordan 14," you take what comes to you. And then just in January, 1 month later, we get the white and red. I'm not saying the. This is another one that I'm not saying the nickname that everybody likes to call these now. This is the white Varsity Red Jordan 14. That's what it's called. That's what it will always be called from here to eternity. Then we get kind of in that LS. We're kind of in the LS world right now, and we get this Nubuck UNC one. Black Nubuck upper, university blue, midsole accents, hits everywhere. I always thought this was a lifestyle at the time, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real fresh, man. Eddie Jones, playing for the Memphis Grizzlies at the time, had a PE pair of these exact shoes with his number on the inside. And I had them watching on eBay. 06, I might have sent them to you, Adam. I forget. It may have been that era. when you were proxying some eBay for me, but I'll never forgetting the end of the auction came, and these things went, oh man, $265. $265.
Too much.
And I was like, at the time it was, but I still forgot, and I probably would have made it happen though. Yeah. Because PEs at that time to get those, man. So like even seeing this GR pair always just reminds me of that. Missing out on that A. Jones pair for $265, just forgetting the end of the auction. And from then on, I always set reminders for ends of auction. not happening again. Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure this one didn't come in Canada either.
No.
There were a lot of these. So there were a lot of 14s in 05, 06 that we just went through. And a lot of them didn't come out. They just kind of kept them to the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were expensive too.
Yeah, there was a new price point.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Because the double stacked zoom. Is it double stacked in this?
No.
It's just zoom.
No.
But because of the zoom, like the 13s, 14s were always, I think they were 230, which was high because like 4s and stuff were like 190, 5s were like 190. Yep. So these coming at like 230, maybe even 240 was high.
Oh yeah.
At the time it was like, hey, that's a lot.
Thank God for employee discount.
Yeah. Still in 06, we get the black toes.
Oh, with the ridges. Like that's what I was looking so forward to this release back in 06, man. And I didn't see the actual product shots until about a month before. And just I'm like, wait a second, why are these ridges on here? What's really coming? And then when you're sure enough, you open the box, you get black toe with ridges. I'm like, no, not gonna be able to do it.
So let's jump back up to the top here so people can see. But we got the flat clean upper on the 14s.
Right.
On the black toe 14s. And then coming down to here, we get those perforated pinstripes running up the side.
Which would be fine if the first black toes didn't exist. Like if this was the only black toe, I'd have no issues. But the fact that the first ones came out and they had that nice clean upper, and then you got these up here, something just didn't sit right with me. And
or if you made this a different shoe, you didn't call it like the black toe, I'd say go for it. But trying to say this is a retro black toe, it's like,
yeah. And why though? Like what decision? What would make you say, you know what? Like just throw the ridges on, just because. It's not like you've done that before with like a shoe that didn't have the ridges. Let's just throw the ridges on.
Yeah.
But so I don't know, man. Weird decision making. 2006, my man Gentry. I don't like to hate on Gentry like everyone else does, but every now and then, man, he comes with some head scratchers, and this is one of those for sure.
Yeah. Weird. Now I know you said you never had a low Jermaine, but for some reason this one like screams Jermaine, and I know either you wanted it or you. Bro,
I'm getting old. I had these.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Completely forgot that I had these.
Oh, you had this Pacific,
size, man.
So we got Pacific Blue, low Jordan 14. So you got this like a little bit brighter blue on the teeth, on the heel, and then you got this bright ceramic, which is always a welcome addition. A nice orange accent.
This is the only Jordan 14 I have ever purchased. I found a pair at Value Village in Red Deer, just trashed, and it was right when I was starting to paint. So I bought them and was practicing, like trying to restore them. And they were like a size, like they're tiny. They didn't fit me. So yeah, they were my practice shoe for a while when I was painting, but that's the only Jordan 14 I've ever owned.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's what's up. I love these. I can't believe I forgot. I'm getting old, man. I forgot about these even existing.
You don't have them anymore, do you?
No, I lost them probably about a year after I bought them because at work at Foot Locker, I stepped on one of the security pins and I blew the zoom out the front, man. And I can't do protective shoes, so it was over. It was over for those right away. So I had them for like a year, lost them, fell victim to the security tag, and haven't thought about them since. And it's unfortunate because I love these. I completely forgot about them.
Nice color.
Yeah, it's a nice color. Then we got a women's low, the cerise, so like a cherry red, so all white upper, no real accents on the teeth or the midsole, and then touch of classic green and those cherry hits in the shield, in the bar, in the heel. None of these
makes me think of those Soul Collector mags.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of spreads with these.
Yeah,
I think Stacy Keibler, Victoria, WWE's Victoria, like Oral rocking these. Like I just think of the Soul Collector mags when I see this pair.
Yeah, that era for sure. Both of these I'm pretty sure didn't come here. None of these are coming to Canada.
Not the pool. Those did the Pacific Blues.
Blue?
Yeah, because I bought them locally. Sport
Okay.
Check. Yeah, those ones did. Bought this from
Crazy.
Sport Check, but I definitely don't think the women's ones did.
Yeah. All right. Then we get a little break till 2008. As always, the countdown packs happened in 2008. So we got a retro of everything. This time we get a new color for the 14. And it's like sort of a last shot. It's a black, all black upper, no red. And then you get pinstripes. So actually making those pinstripe looks on the side and on the heel of the shoe with the white stitching.
To this day, I don't know how to feel about these, man. I've gone back and forth so many times on if I like them or not. Over the last 12 years, 13 years, or whatever. I don't know. I still don't. I still can't give you a definitive answer.
I had them and I wore the hell out of them because they were just like the 914. I think that was like the second release.
I think so.
Third, would have been third release. Oh, second release.
Yeah, I think the second.
Yeah, because February would have been the 23s coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the second package, the 9 and 14. Everybody wanted that 9. Yep. Looking forward to getting that. And then the 14 was just kind of a bonus throw in, and you were just like, where the hell are them? I wore them so much. I actually sold them not too long ago. They lasted probably 10 years.
Man, 10 years on a Jordan 14 midsole, those things must have been so squeezed up.
Oh, yeah. They were squinched. Squinched. Then 2011 comes. We get the graphite navy, the first retro in a while for the Jordan 14. Light graphite upper, navy accents, white laces, white outsole.
Great era, man. This was an era when you can walk in and see something on the wall and be like, oh, still here, and like super cheap. Because I picked these up, I think it was for like, I don't know, maybe just over $100 off the wall at Foot Locker. Mm-hmm. Just there. It's like, oh, you know what? Sick. You know, super cheap on the wall. Nick Keeling working there. He's got me. It's like, hey, man, okay, I'll buy these. Because like Jordans weren't selling out like they are now at that time, man. You can still walk in and see them on the wall.
Just 10 years ago.
Days. Yeah.
Then we get Last Shots. The Christmas release for 2011 was the Last Shot. I didn't get this pair. I don't know if it was better quality or worse quality.
Yeah.
Not a lot to speak of on that one.
Get those either.
Then early 2012, we get cover this word up here, but we get the white and Varsity Reds coming out again.
These I picked up.
Yeah.
That was another one on the wall, super cheap. The red is a lot darker than the original one and even the 05 retro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, like it's, you know, it's not quite the white and red 14s, but they are a white and red 14. So I copped.
Yeah. Same color blocking.
Yeah.
Same color on the box. So
different material on the tongue, the heel, which is weird. It's kind of got that sheen material you can see there, but like
on the
05 retros, 05 retros and the OGs had the suede back there.
Yeah.
So different, but same.
Then we get a Thunder 14 in 2014. So it's that black and yellow, similar to the Jordan 4 Thunder, obviously. But different color on the box. This one's vibrant yellow. But similar idea. So you got black upper, black suede upper. You got vibrant yellow teeth and midsole and some accents all around.
2014, man, the start of the cut corner Jordan 14s. Some of these didn't have zoom up front. A lot of these came with the ski slope toes. Like this was the start of a bad era of 14s coming up here, man.
It was.
Oh boy.
Then we get the sport blue or the wolf gray, as people call it, all wolf gray upper with some sport blue accents. Eli remembers these?
Oh yeah. This is around when I was starting to really get into shoes, and I remember these being everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
Literally.
Yeah, everywhere.
Literally. Yeah.
Then just a month later, the Ferrari comes out. This is a seamless upper. No seams to be seen no matter where you look. And you've got an all red suede upper with that gold shield and then some vibrant yellow accents to really kick the Ferrari. And then you got carbon fiber. I don't think it was real carbon fiber, was it?
No.
Just carbon fiber look on the teeth and on the midsole.
I got a story about these. I was in Portland for the drop of these, called up day before, reserved my pair, which is funny you could do, but they made it happen. Reserved my pair. I'm like, shit, that's all I had to do. Call and they're gonna hold my pair. And so I'm like, I couldn't get to Nike till I don't know, about noon or so the next day. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, shit, okay, great. Get to Nike, show them my this, that, and the third. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm here for a reserve pair of Jordan 14s. They're like, what? I'm like, I called yesterday, gave you guys my name, gave you guys all the information you asked for, and you guys said my Jordan 12s or my Jordan 14s would be waiting here when I got here at noon. I was like, okay. Dude goes to the back, checks out. Sorry, man. Sorry, we got nothing left. I'm just like, huh? Like I was choked, man. I was pretty choked up. But then the dude behind me heard me talking, and he's like, hey, what size are you after? I'm like, I'm looking for 13, but I can make a 12 and a half work. It's like, you know what? Let me put in a call. I think they got these at Foot Locker at Lloyd Center. I'm like, oh shit, okay. He calls up his boy. You know, I got a guy who needs a size 13. You guys are 14s. He's like, you know what? I think I might have one. Lets me know. I go to Lloyd Center to go pick him up. Sure enough, he's like, oh man, I couldn't hold him. Somebody came and got him.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Back to back, man. Two different places, Nike Portland and Lloyd Center Foot Locker. Sold pairs on me after saying I could get them. So like, I was distraught like you couldn't believe, man. That was a tough ride home. Like a week later, luckily, shout to Big Terrence T down here locally did give me a pair of these when I got back, so I did eventually get my pair. But that didn't take the sour taste out of my mouth from trying to get these down. Ugly scene. Scene.
So it sounds like Lloyd Center is going to be no more. I'm hearing.
What?
Yeah, I'm hearing they're turning into like housing, like homeless shelter or something.
Wow, what?
Yeah, it's been going downhill for a while. I don't know if you've been recently.
Couple years, yeah. The skating rink after did they shut that down?
Yeah, they were like supposed to be renovating it and they just canned it. And they just
man,
hasn't been in good shape.
That's too bad.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I've been hearing.
That's too bad, man. A lot of good steals I got at Lloyd Center.
I remember getting these Ferraris on release day. I had to like pull some strings and I ended up getting them like an 11 and a half. And that was all I could get. And it always just didn't fit right. It was too big. And I just only wore them a handful of times. And I was like, I can't do it. And let them go. But I would have liked to have kept this pair. I love that red.
Oh, so clean. So clean. Love these.
It's nice.
That chrome TPU chassis as well. Come on, man. Ridiculous.
Really nice. Then we get a black toe release. This time the right way. No pinstripes. No pinstripe perforation. We get that smooth upper.
Sure do, but we also get the bad craftsmanship.
We do get very bad craftsmanship.
Oh my God.
This was another one I bought them at the outlet in Edmonton. First time I ever bought anything at that outlet when it opened. First time they had anything good. And it was an 11 and a half. And I was just like, yeah, it's like $100. I can make it work. And then I get home and it only came with one lace.
Huh?
Like the other lace was missing or something. So they gave me like a replacement one. And I was just like, this is never doing it. But like for $100, I couldn't turn it down. And then I just regretted it.
Yeah, you can turn that down.
I should have turned it down. But I didn't. Then 2015, we get those Laney Lows retroed, that Varsity Royal and Varsity Maze. Anybody get these?
Didn't.
No.
I didn't, man.
I was like waiting for it, and then it came out, and I was like, eh.
I saw the ski jump, man. I'm like, yo, why are all of our Jordan 14 toes doing this now?
Yeah.
Like, I just was like, what's happening? Some of them don't have zoom air up front. Like, what is going on right now? Just the dark times, man. 14, 15, dark times.
Dark times for retro.
14.
Speaking of that, then you get the Oxidized in 2016.
Oh.
People wanted these, but then nobody looking for them. Again, too late. Too late.
I don't know what kind of like black magic that got going on with these product shots, but that is not what the toe look like. I would have these. That's what the toe look like.
It's stuffed.
Yeah, I would have them, man. They were crazy. Swooped. I didn't know what was going on.
Then we get the Indiglows. So same year, we get both of those coming out. So the first retro of the Oxidized, first retro of the Indiglow, back to back in 2016. That's where the definitive guide on Soul Collector ends. This is where we take over. And we hop into 2017. We talked about this last week a little bit, but there was a defining moments pack, 13s and 14s that came out in 2017, a white and gold 13, and then a black and gold 14. So all black leather uppers with gold shield, gold metal on the outsole, and clean shoe, but price point was heavy on these.
Right. That's the thing. Good luck, but I wasn't gonna get taxed like that. Not for these.
Oh, 90. I didn't remember they had 98 on the heel. It said 23.
Nice touch. They can't win until we quit.
Yep.
Classic MJ quote.
Yeah, on the tongue. You didn't get these, Eli?
No, sir. No, a little rich for my blood at the time, and it was a cool pack though. I like both the shoes, but yeah, I just couldn't make it work at the time.
In a different box. It wasn't the stack box.
Yeah, it's
like
the flat
one. Yeah.
Does Har have a set of those?
Har might have.
I don't feel like he does.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think he does for some reason. We'll find out next week.
I don't know why I automatically think he's got every white and gold.
He only has the OVO.
I don't know why.
It's because he has all the OVO ones. So you're like, oh, he's got every white and gold.
Right.
But he's just got the OVO ones. You put an owl on that 13, he would have it. Then 2018, we get the last shot coming back again. This didn't sell too well.
Oh, there you go. That first shot. That first shot, boy.
This one here, you can see.
Oh, shit.
Banana.
Oh, thank you. What is going on?
So these didn't sell too well, I remember. And then I remember thinking it was only like 2 years later that The Last Dance, less than 2 years later, The Last Dance happened. And I was like, are they just going to why don't they just hold on to these that they didn't sell and then just launch them during Last Dance? They would have blown them out of the water. Everyone and their dog would have bought them. And it's 18 months earlier, you put these out and you can't sell them for half price. Crazy. Yeah. Crazy what that show did. Jordan.
Seriously.
2018, we also get the Desert Sand release. It's like a desert, like a beige taupe upper, suede upper, pretty smooth with infrared 23 accents. This is like a clean colorway.
I was just thinking that. I remember not liking these, and now I'm looking at these. I'm like, you know what?
But it's the shape.
What? Yeah, you're still ski sloping.
You're still in the shape.
You're still unsure if you got zoom in the front. Nobody knows until you actually tear up your pair. Some people got it, some people don't. It's just man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But it's a good looking pair.
It is. The color is nice. Mm-hmm. Material looks okay. Doesn't look like complete shit.
Yeah. 2019, we get the reverse Ferrari. So back in 2014, we had that all red suede. This time we get an all yellow leather upper.
I wish it was leather. That's what I thought they were going to be. Have you seen these? Have you held these? I think you have.
I haven't.
It's got the waxy kind of. It's not. Yeah, I was excited for these. I'm like leather, but you guys know that waxy epoxy or whatever they got going on over some stuff, man.
Yeah,
makes them feel super cheap. That's what these are.
Yeah,
not leather. Like, what? What's going on with these? You can kind of see it here, even. That it's not. If it was
you can see it in these. In there, in these pictures, it looks good. But then in these pictures, the real pictures, it looks.
Yeah, it's not leather. I wish it was a nice. Could you imagine if these were nice, full grain, genuine yellow leather? What?
Yeah,
crazy. But instead, they were trying to appease all the people who were whining about creases and shit. It's like, oh, y'all don't want creases? Okay. enjoy this concoction of a material that we've got for you. No creases.
Enjoy the trash.
Crazy.
All right, moving on. Still in 2019, we get the white and Varsity Red again. Not calling it what it said at the top there, but another iteration of that white Varsity Red. Nothing really too exciting to talk about on this pair. It's another pair of white Varsity Red.
No doubt. They did bring the shade back to the original one again. They got that bright red going on, which is cool, but it's Still same shitty build, man.
Definitely.
Still waiting for the true remastered, heavy ass, lead paint ass, super heavy that always smell like baby powder. You know, some of those Jordans, like the 29s.
Yeah.
You guys got 29s, right?
Yeah.
You know those things fucking smell like baby powder to this day. The real OG 14 still smell like that. I'm still waiting for them to build like that again.
Yep. So they were calling these the Rip Hamiltons.
Fuck, ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Guy wears them for a few games at UConn, and now they're the Rip Hamiltons.
Yeah, that's what they were calling them. Some people were calling them that.
Golly.
I mean, I'd rather call them that than what they were actually calling them. So,
Sure.
I think so.
Just
I
as
think
Bobo,
so.
though.
Just
All these
barely.
Rip
Just
Hamiltons.
barely. Yeah, just barely. Then we get another Ferrari release in 2019. This time they're calling it the Black Ferrari, and it's like an SE Jordan 14. So slightly different. You got like a quilted inside, quilted interior. You got a perforated seamless outside. Then you got the same as the Ferraris, the faux carbon fiber, all black, basically all black, everything with a little bit of red.
I don't think I've ever seen these before.
They came.
Don't recall ever
came
seeing these.
and went. Like they didn't really do much.
Yeah, they don't really move the needle.
They were pricey, I think. Weren't they a lot?
Yeah.
What are we
definitely not worth it?
200.
3.
Yeah. What was the? I don't remember what these were. Yeah, it was only probably $20 Canadian more. That was enough to be like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember those at all.
What happened? It's real.
They like really dialed back on the quality.
Yeah.
Of the Ferraris. Came out the gate so strong with the red pair, and then the yellow, and these just like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on? Then we get one of my favorite pairs. Here we go. One of my first pickups that I think I did on this show, was it?
You know what? It might have been. I remember us talking about this real.
Might have been.
So
These came out in 2019, but I wasn't able to pick them up until like February 2020. Took me a while to get there. But anyways, we got a Dorenbecher Jordan 14. The last Dorenbecher Jordan that's come out. We'll see if there's going to be more. I'm hoping there's more coming this year. Done by Ethan Ellis. And super dope shoe, black and purple, with all sorts of crazy accents, crazy unique details on this shoe. I know Jermaine's got them too now.
Wild.
I do have a pair, man. Like these are a true love letter to like a kid's love, man, because there's so many random things on here, from TCU Horned Frogs love to Seattle Supersonics love.
Yeah.
Raiders. Got Raiders on it.
Right. Come on, man. That's Oakland, Seattle, and Texas Christian. Where's that? I don't even know where Texas Christian is, man. Regardless. Somewhere. And it's like on the insole. He's got what are the laces got going on?
Laces have all the hospitals that he has been to. So Dorenbecher, Seattle Children's, OHSU. That's Dorenbecher, OHSU, Seattle Children's. I think there's one more on there.
Right. They do come with a replacement pair of laces, because that's the set that I've got.
They come with 3 laces.
What?
They come with the black round laces.
Right. And
then they come with the white and the purple flat laces. Right.
You know what?
You do black in there?
Yeah, I've got the black ones. I just thinking this now. I got my pair used off of GOAT. I don't have the white ones. I just thought of that. I've got the black laces, which came in the shoe already, which I'm like, this kind of like these better. And then in the bag was the purple laces. Yeah. And it's just dawning on me now, like a year after I got them. And the white laces didn't come in there.
Because this is how they came laced in the box, was one purple, one white, because you look at the shoe, he's got purple Jumpman, black on the tongue. So slightly different on each shoe, white Jumpman, white on the tongue.
Right.
So he wanted those laces different. Then you got tons of accents. His Lil Ray on the tongue, how old he is, I guess.
16.
And then he's got his favorite number 6, Seattle Space Needle on the back, clear sole on a Jordan 14 with the heartbeats.
Oof.
So sick.
This is weird here because this doesn't have the raindrops. Hey.
Yeah.
This one's smooth on the teeth. Also has black laces. I'm just noticing.
And also that Ferrari logo is.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
Ferrari
that's
logo is
different than the
totally
one
different.
from the product shots.
This
Yeah.
one's like a gold metal,
Sample.
and it has. This is the first time I had ever seen these raindrop. I don't know, accents on the teeth. I remember picking these up because I guess I must have only seen like this picture. And then when I got my pair, I was like, what is this raindrop shit? Like, what happened here? But it's like, that's what he went with. Pacific Northwest dude.
Yeah.
Lives in the rain, I guess.
No doubt. They don't have the white pair here, do they? I know they didn't release, but golly.
I don't have the white pair up. Yeah, they were just one pair, wasn't it? That was auctioned off?
I think so. Yeah.
One or two pairs that were auctioned off.
Crazy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are hard, man. These are super hard.
Let's move on to the next pair. We've got the Supreme Jordan 14s come out in 2019. Two colorways there with some rhinestones.
Mm-hmm.
Jumpman Supreme shield logo. Supreme on the tongue. I think it says Supreme on the insole. I think on the heel as well. Yeah, just under the Jumpman on the heel.
Clean pairs. I like them both, man. A lot of people were hating on these, but like right from jump, I'm like, you know what? These go. These are cool. They're cool based off of his badass jacket there from the late 80s. The rhinestones all over him. Like these are cool. And like kind of attainable for being Supreme Air Jordan.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of a Supreme Air Jordan that's got a lower resale than this. So like you can
prices were pretty high. Prices were
currently
like when they like retail price.
Oh, okay.
Retail price was pretty high, $248 US. So you're looking at like $330, I think they were, which was pricey. And this was the first shoe first item I ever went after on Supreme. I was like, yeah, I think these might have a chance. I might have a chance getting them, and I want them. And I went on Supreme, and I went and got them in my cart, went to checkout, put in my credit card. It like failed. It was like, this didn't go through, but we're going to hold your money for some reason. Like, okay. So then I like went back, put another one in my cart, tried again, didn't go through. Then went through, did it like 5 times, different colors, different sizes, 10.5, 11, trying to get one pair. And it must have been something with my like postal code that I wasn't liking, but it somehow did put a hold on all those pairs. So I had like 5 or 6 $300, $350 charges on my card. And by the end of it, I tried like a 6th or 7th time to buy them. And it was like, your card is maxed. And I was like, that's a different error. That's weird. Went to my bank. It was like, what the fuck? My card is maxed because it charged every single time. And I never got anything. And then 24 hours later, they refunded all the charges. But it was like such a shitty experience that I had with this. So dumb. So I've been looking for these ever since. I would take either one for a good price.
Yeah, sure. You'll be able to get them.
I think I'll be able to.
Yeah, for a decent price for sure.
I don't see anybody wearing these ever.
Not once.
So, yeah.
Not one time have I seen anyone rock these.
Then we got 2020. Fast forward to 2020, we get the Hyper Royal white, same color blocking that Eli was talking about that he loves, with kind of a shiny Hyper Royal.
Can't miss. White and color X. Air Jordan 14. Works every time.
This was one that didn't totally sell out. It was like when the hype hit in early 2020, these were ones that were kind of like, they sort of sold out. They like sold out a little later. So you were able to get these at least in the current era of sneakers. Then you get the Gym Red, or people are calling them Toro, I guess. So you get like same material as like those Varsity Royal Lows, I think. Gym Red, black toe, white midsole.
Every time I see this, I think of NBA 2K12, I think, or is it 2K11? the one where you could play as Michael Jordan's like most legendary moments. And I'll never forget this because when you played as 98 Michael Jordan, these were the motherfucking 14s he had on. And it was just like, what the fuck is going on? What is he wearing? And like when these dropped, I'll never forget that because it just brought me back to 2K10 or 11, whichever one it was. And you're replaying as Michael Jordan, and your last shot was taken in these motherfuckers here.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? What is going on?
And then the last Jordan 14 to release was a low top in 2021. This was the clot terracotta Jordan 14 low. These came out with the 35 as well, similar color on the 35. Sepia stone, terra blush, desert sand. Doesn't have the same stone work that like the 13s had, but it's a similar concept, I would say here, with kind of some embossed and some stitching on the sole, on the side. Super dope. We've talked about this on the show before.
Oh yeah, these go, man. Oh, how bad do I wish they just dropped a clear sole on this thing, like the 13s. Like those would have been a complete knockout. But these still go to work, and they're pretty obtainable, man. Like these didn't go up crazy like the 13s did.
Because again, price was high.
Right.
Retail price was high, so resale wasn't really there. Interesting, they don't they removed the shield.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even notice that on this.
Yeah, it's out of there.
But again, the problem with these ones, the problem with sneakers in general right now, I find, is this should be an attainable shoe that you get like slightly used for a good price. Not a single person is wearing this shoe.
Right.
Like, I've been waiting and looking on GOAT, and I've never seen a used pair. Like there's so many pairs I'm waiting on that it's like for example, those Kwai Jordan 8s should be $100. I should be able to get them for $100, but everyone's just holding on to their dead stock pairs and never wearing the shoe. Like, what are you doing?
Stock
different world. Different world.
It is.
But one day, I'll see Jermaine in these in one day, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. These are on the list for sure. If I get these for a good price, these are definitely on the list.
Well, that's it for the 14s. We got a couple we've already talked about coming out. The Ali Ali May Jordan 14s, that similar, I guess, shade to this with the green lows. And then what's the other one? That black and red low that we talked about coming out in fall.
Yeah. Yeah, that one as well. Cool to see Lows coming back.
We would be remiss if we didn't talk about some inspired Jordan 14 shoes. We've got the Jumpman Z. This came out. When did this come out? Not too long ago.
No, right in the bad era of 14s, man. When they're
a bunch of different colors in this shoe. It's basically a 14 sole, mostly a 14 upper, and then a zipper covered it up.
Jordan 14 is one of the best performing basketball shoes, period, of all time. What the fuck you thinking doing this?
Look at this. Look at these. Look at these dudes wearing them. These just look terrible.
Oof.
With your skinny sweatpants. Like, who's wearing this?
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, that's a Jordan Quick 6. That's a different shoe.
Oh yeah, Swift 6. That's up there, and
that's a different shoe
in the higher echelon.
There's another one. The Jordan Swift that we that is definitely inspired by the 14 a little bit, and 15 probably.
15, yeah,
it's got the 15 flavor there for sure.
You see more 15?
Yeah, they came out with the 15s right behind them. The tongue is the same.
Oh, even that side profile, like if you squint, that looks like a 15.
If you squint. If you squint, it looks like a 15. Another shoe that takes hits off of the 14 is the Jumpman Pro 2. So we've got, a pretty chunky looking shoe. This would have been from probably 99 as well, I would imagine. I don't really remember this coming out. But it still has that Jordan 14 shield emblem on the heel there. Team Jordan model.
They got this in the official colorway of Dads Everywhere in that white navy.
Yeah.
Got to.
Well, I think that's about time to end the Jordan 14. while we're talking about Dad Navy official colors, I have a hot take for this week. Perfect segue. Perfect segue to that. I'll bring up the picture. We'll chat about it. It is a baseball cleat. It is worn by Tawan Walker of the New York Mets. I'm going to bring it up. And he had a custom cleat made. Speaking of the color of dad shoes everywhere, we've got the Air Jordan Air Monarch custom cleat.
I mean, gotta love them, man. A whole bunch of dudes wore these that day. Nike really had the rollout on the Monarchs that day. I don't know if I understand the Air Jordan collaboration.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think maybe it was the last. Like, this was the only way they could make a Monarch. Maybe it was using the Jordan 1 last or something like that. And it's like, oh, I don't know. I guess we got to put the logo on there since it's the same last. But regardless, it's pretty cool to see, man. It's cool to see. It's like they've been doing some really crazy stuff with spikes here in the last few years, the baseball players. So just add this to that list. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, like Jermaine said, a bunch of guys rocked these for Father's Day. So it was kind of yeah, it's cool. I think that's awesome. I think that's really funny. Whoever thought of that, like, hat tip to you. That's clever.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, and well executed.
Anybody would buy these, but it's good.
Oh, come on now.
Somebody would buy it.
We know there's some people out there who like these are like the juiced up Monarchs, man.
Yeah.
I could grill so hard in these.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm not slipping. I'm not going
play a game of slow pitch and then grill up.
You're right.
Grill up at the field still.
All in the same shoe. Come on, man. That's a dream. That is a dream.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, these are awesome. I like those.
It was a perfect segue. I had to jump to it from the dad shoe everywhere. Well, that's it for the show this week. Thanks to everyone for listening. The Jordan 14 is a dope sneaker. If you never owned a pair, reach out, look for some, pick up a pair of Jordan 14s. I highly doubt you will regret it, unless you get one of those garbage.
Right, get one from prior to 2014.
Yeah,
prior to 2014.
Or maybe the new ones. Maybe new ones will be better.
Yeah, I can't speak on these brand new ones. Maybe that's
but yeah, so next week, barring any setbacks or new topics to pop up, it'll be the Air Jordan 15, one of the most hated Air Jordan models, but also one of the best Air Jordan models to some. Definitely. I wouldn't even call this a cult classic at this point. It's just, it's like, if you like it, you like it.
Right.
And there's not very many people out there.
Exactly. No one gets one over on 15s. No one's like, oh, you know what? Those are actually okay. I didn't like them before, but now I do. Yeah. No, you know what you feel about them right away as soon as you see them. Me personally, man, this is when the start of the addiction like really started to go on. There was 2000. So the Jordan 15s, man, from here on, from the 15s on is a new level y'all gonna get from me, man. Super nostalgic stories, things that bring me back to moments in time, and it all starts with the 15, man, because it's the first time I was able to ask my mom for a shoe and for her to look at the price and for her to laugh me at So it starts with the 15. So I can't wait, man, because we were talking at the beginning of this episode how everybody's sweet spot seems to be 1 to 14, even smaller now, like you were saying, Adam. But my personal sweet spot, 15 to about 21, 22. Obviously, I like after that, but those 5 or 6 models right there is just perfect for me, man. That is like the peak of my Air Jordan fandom all coming together. Just due to my age, that was it, man. That was it. Washington Wizards, like, let's go. That's it, man. So I can't wait to get after the 15s.
I have like very few pairs of 15s now, but I had so many over the years just because they were so attainable. And you could get, like, back in those early days of when I started collecting, I know Jermaine was there, and it, like, you could just get them for like less than $20 on eBay. You could get pairs and you would just like love them, like get them in, and they'd be like wearable. They'd be like decent pairs. And so many, we'll talk about it next week, but so many scoops. I probably won't even remember the number of 15s I've had in my life.
No,
crazy.
Until we start going through, man, because we got some stories, boy.
Yeah.
You remember those lasers?
Yeah, I remember the lasers. Yeah, I do.
Oh, shit.
All right. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're not watching, you should be watching because you get to see all the kicks as we go through them. So that's on YouTube. We're always on YouTube with our shows. Hit us up on YouTube if you have any questions or we missed something or you want to clarify something or you want to tell us that you really like the Wolf Gray Jordan 14 or something and we didn't do it justice. Hit us up. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Facebook. We're all around. And shout out to Fresh Take for putting us on all the streaming platforms. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on Google. We're on all those spaces. So with that, I guess we'll sign off. We'll see y'all next week. Ready? Ready for it?
I was born ready, man.
3,
Let's go.
2, 1. Buy what you
I
like,
will cry next week.
but wear
15's meant so
what
much.
you buy.
Take it as a warning.
Peace.
Gone. See you guys next week. Can't wait.
How low can you go? Tell me how deep can you dig? Tell me how far can you kiss? How high can you jump? Tell me do you do a lot of drugs? Tell me do you sip a lot of bub? How far can you go? Tell me are you down?